like I saw, and it was someone saying how it feels to be alive now. They're just sitting in the park, and someone comes over and goes, "That'll be $60, please." And just go, "Okay, sure, here you go." And like, what's that for? Or whatever. It's just that's just like normalized now. You're charged at every single step. So I think people are kind of instinctively, and white people are kind of will be see this 100.
I'm wondering if there will be a refund for the
for
game.
some reason. It's probably because it's just like, well, where's that money going? Why am I being charged 5 times for this one game? And it's like, hopefully it does come in that form of free content. But then if they monetize an expansion, then people will be going, where the fuck's all our money going? And you could say, well, video games are more expensive. But the point is, the growth in audience is supposed to offset the growth in expensiveness. Not, oh, well, we'll just cater to half the people, double our budget.
They're
double the
greedy,
price.
bro. They want more
That's what
money.
people want to do.
It's simple.
They want to have that kind of the whole thing spread across loads of people, because no one's going to pay 200,000 quid for one game to be made just for them unless they're a billionaire, and even then that'll be a bit daft. So I think that's the thing where like people just want to see where's my money going, and everyone kind of feels it's going to shareholders, it's going to Bobby's yacht. That's always the joke.
I'm wondering if people will still crack the game and upload it in free torrents to play it, so you can play it as a single player.
That's one of the things we'll always have to contend with is just, man, why am I being charged 5 times for my one game?
Yeah.
What is going on?
It's that thing where, like, even the deeper monetization of World of Warcraft, that would have felt more okay to people if the patch cadence is where it should have been.
Yeah.
Because at least it's like, right, well, there's a new store amount, but also they just dropped a patch and there's going to be another one in 3 months.
Yeah,
like that would feel better than how it has felt recently.
Yeah, isn't that because I was obviously talking about FF14 and the fact that they sell dyes individually on the store and stuff, and everyone just kind of goes, yeah, 40 something quid for a mount is a little bit much, but it is a very good mount, and we know that our money.
Bro, how can you pay $40 for a mount?
It is Square Enix.
Jesus.
Do what they want with the store, but the
If
point is,
you must have so much money that you have no idea what to do with it to spend them like this.
Has to go back to development. That's the caveat that they're like, no, this is it. We're literally going, here's some cool stuff if you want to fund the development further.
But I understand though, if you're sitting at home playing all day, you are not doing drugs, alcohol, you don't have a girlfriend to leak money, you can afford it, I guess. You must spend your money on something.
As opposed to, this is going into Square Enix's coffers for them to spend on Babylon's Fall and, I guess, no longer spend on Crystal Dynamics and Eidos.
Well, I guess, true or false,
Yeah.
that's the perception that's allowed them to do it, and
Exactly,
Blizzard
yeah.
have not fostered that perception.
Precisely.
And for some other examples here, Overwatch, man, some decently expensive price points, let's just say, are being floated for Overwatch skins. So this is a very similar survey to the one that we saw recently for Overwatch 2.
It's kind of boring to me.
Skins, which are the ones that kind of like transform, $44.99 USD. Is that like the price of Overwatch 1?
Yeah, I think that's actually more than Overwatch 1. That's more than Overwatch 2, I think. Because obviously it's free, but they sold is it the Watch Point pack, I think?
Yeah.
They came with the bid access and stuff.
So $44.99 for a mythic skin. Legendary skin, $25. Weapon charms, $10. Just a little dangly boy, $10 for that. And this one's absurd.
Imagine buying a weapon charm for $10, bro. For $10, you may buy a real one. You can hang this charm around your neck while playing.
3 sprays for $5. Who is going to buy that? And then a bundle of
I will tell you, bro. A lot of people would buy that.
emote, highlight, intro, souvenir stuff, $20. A bundle of a legendary skin, weapon charm, player icon, victory pose, voice line, name card / spray for $30. Wow, what a deal. So these are fairly aggressive. Now, there's a big difference here. This is something that you could say would be more okay in Overwatch 2 because it's free.
Yeah, like I was saying, you kind of go, well, I haven't been charged twice for this. I've been charged once for it, so okay. That said, you would be charged twice if you bought the Watchpoint pack, which came with premium currency as a bundle to make it sweeter, but that's
I won't play Overwatch 2.
Yeah, the point is basically that's alright.
Maybe I'll check it.
Well, I like this tweet. Shaking a Zoomer
From
by the
other
shoulders
streamers.
and trying to convince them you used to be able to get the entire video game for the cost of a skin. That's right, Zoomers.
Yeah.
We had it better than you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Did you know a pack of 5 used to be 5p? Did you know a bottle of Coke used to be 70p?
Freddo bar used
Unbelievable.
to be 10p.
Yeah, I think
I remember the first time a bottle of Coke was a pound.
same.
I was completely aghast at it.
No, it's 180.
Back in the days, guys,
185 for a Coke used to be
when we
75p.
bought a
It's
game,
185 for a
we
Diet
bought the
Coke
whole
for
thing,
190 for a Coke because of the sugar tax.
the good old days.
Pog.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's all rather wonderful.
How much have wages grown?
Yes. Oh, jeez. So that's basically the situation there with Overwatch. Now, we've also seen this in the past as an example. The way that we learned about the Dark Portal Pass pricing, the Burning Crusade Classic Character Clone Service. Those things were all coming out in these surveys. And I think for the Character Clone, we saw multiple price points being targeted by that survey, and they went for one of the higher ones.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
is then kind of rough considering that the servers that those characters, the clone characters, were on, the classic era servers, are like to call them dead would almost be an understatement. So for how the game actually panned out, Blizzard basically just fleeced everyone who who used those. Now you could also say that Blizzard maybe did not expect the classic era servers to die a death in the way that they did, but ultimately that's a pretty rough.
Of course, they'll die. Guys, you can't your core audience is like 30 years old. Or maybe more. For the classic WoW. So, these guys are not teenagers anymore. They have responsibilities. They are going to work. They have kids. They have, for example, 2 hours per day free to play a game. And you can just go there and roaming around for hour and a half from these 2 hours. Or some of my friends are still playing it, and their preparation for one stupid raid is hours. This is just insane.
Rough time for the people who purchased that. Basically, all that they purchased is a little time capsule to their character.
And that's a thing where you kind of look, well, this is where you can see how close these surveys, and obviously it depends on the individual responses, because the responses to the Diablo or Overwatch surveys could be very different to the classic era ones and the cloning ones. But it is that idea of like, because Blizzard were speaking to PC Games and about the Overwatch survey, and they said it's entirely intended to better understand player preferences for different types of cosmetics. The prices displayed in the survey are randomized per user and not indicative final pricing. So they are doing a scatter shot. And
The cosmetics are okay though, as I have nothing against the cosmetics.
Clearly, maybe we're all wrong, and there's loads of respondents who are saying, yeah, I'll fucking pay $45 for a skin, not a worry in hell. Which
What?
I sort of doubt that. But I imagine it's the case of they will
What the fuck happened?
they will find a line that's like, is this a little bit above what most people say they'll pay? Because they'll probably pay that, because you imagine people will under-respond in a survey, because the person who's responding to the survey is not the person buying, because you're in two different modes of thinking when you're buying.
Yeah.
You're responding to the survey, you're thinking, I would never pay $30, $40 for a skin. And then you see the shiny skin in store and go, I really like that. I would look really cool wearing that in game. I would be able to flex and whatever.
Bro, some people want to flex in front of you. They want to take their dick and smash it to the table and to show you I have money, bro.
Other Zoomer terminology they use
So,
to this, I would be able to.
A lot of
I would be
people
able
will
to
buy the
go
most
custom
expensive
skin
shit
or
in the
whatever you say,
games.
and buy the skin because it's like the emotional driven stuff. So it's clear they're just kind of going for all of this, and we should probably look at like the upper maybe 75% of like what the price is, because the character clone was floated up to, it was from $10 to $40, not $35. So if that's the same for these skins, we could be looking at that kind of $30 bundle easy. The mythic skins could maybe be the $30 to $40 range.
I will buy the
And all
cheapest
this
version of
Diablo.
the
That
Diablo.
looks like final enough pricing to me.
So, like,
Basically.
when I look at Diablo Immortal, it's 1,500.
And even I can wait to see. I have a friend who pre-ordered it, who paid the for the most expensive shit in the game. So I can even wait for him to play the game and to tell me if it's pay to win before I buy it. because I'm scared this game will be trash because of the Diablo Immortal. I hope it's not.
Yeah.
which is like around $20 if memory serves.
Mm.
Now, the thing about this is, like, look, if you undershoot on your RRP, then that really limits your ability to do future sale events,
Yeah.
right? So what you want to do is you want to get as many sales at the highest price point possible before you start, doing discounts and events and sales and that kind of thing. So it is interesting with these surveys. Generally, they'll try to go as high as they can reasonably, go. You will see a lot of variance, though, in the price that are in these surveys. Here's a really good example for World of Warcraft. So for WoW Classic, for the character cloning service, the surveys went between $9.99 and $39.99. Here's an example of it showing $29.99, and the ultimate price that Blizzard went for was $35.99. Is that the one, though, that shortly after launch they slashed the price of?
I think they were forced to slash
Yeah,
the
'cause
price
there
of
was
that a little bit because it was
pushback.
it was on pushback and a little bit of undertaking. But then there was, despite pushback, they didn't cut the price of the Dark Portal Pass, if I recall correctly.
Yes.
Because the Dark Portal Pass was the boost that everyone was like, this destroys the entire point of Classic if you put this in. And they went, but it'll turn our free product into a box price product for $50, $60, $50, was it? Around that, I get, there you go. So it's a case of, that seems to me like they were aiming high, went too high, missed, and then pulled it back a little bit, as opposed to, because that was a pretty niche service overall, more niche than they expected. But when it comes to something like because you can immediately see the value looking at the Diablo 4 bundles. You can see all of the actual value in the sense that €20 of platinum, for the 80, that's definitely going to be underpriced.
What
That's
value
really
from
low.
a skins,
If you
guys?
look at, say, there's the €110 option C in the second page that says €15 of platinum, battle pass, game, all the skins. €110, that kind of lines up with like their Dragonflight pricing for stuff.
Yeah.
And how they're aiming for those things. So you can see the value there. There will be people buy that. You can just immediately, of course, people buy that. They're not, like, there'll be skeptical people for sure. But I think most people who are like actually excited about Diablo will go in saying,
Of
I'm
course,
definitely going to give
they
this
will
a full go.
pre-order the
Definitely
expensive
include
shit.
the battle pass. And I'll take that for a spin because this is the biggest Diablo gaming event since Diablo Immortal, or however they're going to frame it internally to kind of make it feel like a big event. So that's the kind of thing of, I think the character clone was an overshoot. I don't think any of the rest of these will be an overshoot. Especially for Overwatch, I imagine these kind of surveys will be, you look at the higher end, that's what we'll get. Because it's free to play. So people go, oh, sure, yeah. I'll absolutely take that.
This boss is looking very cool, by the way.
Be free to play. Except it's not. Because that's the way it's monetized, that's the way it's framed. That's the way like you say, that's the way the content will flow, hopefully.
But I don't like everything is so dark, I can't see anything.
But with all of their promises recently about like actually getting content
It's so
right
dark.
and understanding they have to do a live service, they don't really have an option to just go, hey, we've made it. And I guess that's the thing. With Diablo 4 taking so long, there's at least hope that they are setting the foundation to actually make content instead of rushing it out the door and then going, have we forgotten something? Oh yes, the post-release content pipeline. Shit, we better get started on that. I imagine they'll have all of that like lined up properly.
I won't be surprised though, it's Blizzard.
Developers. It's just going to be, you're going to be charged at the ass for it.
Yeah.
Or maybe you're not going to because maybe you have the self-control to go, I don't want a cosmetic or I don't want a battle pass.
Yeah,
I know
the
I
problem is that gamers don't have self-control. They will buy anything for their favorite game.
upsold on platinum.
That's the problem.
They're saying has this value,
They're forgiving too easily.
but to me, it's not, I wouldn't buy it by itself, so it has less value. And then you don't get upsold, and then you get a decent gaming experience for a decent price.
I think what matters the most is pay for convenience, and that does not make it in.
Yeah.
That we do not see stash space or any simple thing like that. Now, it's not what I would expect, given that unlike PoE, this is a fully priced premium game. If we were to see paid stash space, that would be serious alarm bells. On balance, I don't anticipate that we will,
No.
but the fear is justifiable, I think. So that is the situation anyway with Diablo 4, with this kind of leaked thing, and as well as just the context of how these things actually roll. Really, for now, we just need to wait and see. The Friends and Family Alpha is out. Somebody actually leaked a screenshot, so no doubt somebody's gotten a lot of trouble over that. But if the Friends and Family Alpha is currently going, then I think that does mean we'll see some form of beta. Well, actually, that'll be a big question. Do we get a public beta? Don't really know. Blizzard tend to do that sort of thing. So we might actually
I
see
did my
more of
application
this
for the
game
beta, but
pretty damn soon.
Yeah, I don't think they're sold on if they'll do a beta or not. For the reason that if you look at the surveys here, there's the early access on 2 of them, but there's one that's early access and the translation says open beta 2 days. So they might do. I think they maybe just aren't sure if they're gonna do one yet. It would make sense to drum up hype, but at the same time, it feels like getting that game fresh completely. No one's played it before might be really strong. Depends on if they need the time or they want the player data in.
Yeah.
That's the thing. They're very, very big on player data. Obviously, they've done all the Overwatch betas. They've done the Warcraft betas. Of course,
but it's
they're
too
gonna
dark for me.
lean towards that by default. But you'll have to kind of wait and see.
Yeah.
But
As you can see,
yeah. But you'll have to kind
the
of
earth is so vibrant and colorful, and the enemies are so dark. You're seeing nothing, no details, nothing. Just some dark shade roaming around.
wait and see.
Yeah.
But yeah. I guess we'll have plenty of it, but we'll have to wait until probably after the Overwatch 2 and Dragonflight cycle. So we're
Yeah,
probably
I'd say
looking
so.
at maybe Q1, Q2 next year before we get a big "It's Diablo time, everybody" kind of thing.
Yeah. All right. There you go. D4. That's what's going on. Let's hope they have a lot of free content to justify the.
Let's hope,
existence of
but this is
service,
Blizzard though.
and that it's not a Halo Infinite.
Don't be
like
too optimistic.
situation where